and welcome to another episode of Seaside Nomad. My name's Dave. Today the mission is to go see the river herring. It's spring coming into summer, and this is the time when the river herring have migrated up the rivers to spawn. And what eats those river herring? Striped bass. So you can look forward to some striped bass episodes potentially next on the docket. But today I am also, I'm out here on this kayak on a river, and I'm gonna do a little fishing before I go check out the river herring. I don't even know 100% if the river herring are there today. It's just the time of year where they're usually here. So hopefully, I've seen some splashes. Those are probably river herring going up the river, getting attacked by like bass and other fish like that. So I'm hoping they're there. It'll be a lot less interesting if they're not, but if they are there, I'll get some underwater footage. And before that though, we're doing some fly fishing. Got my trusty fly rod, I'm in my kayak, and we're gonna do some fishing. So let's see if I catch anything. There we go. And it's been pretty overcast and rainy today, so that's why I'm rocking the gear. It's a little wet, but the fish don't care. They live in the water after all, so I think the rain is supposed to dissipate. But yeah, this is the first time I've taken my kayak out for the year, so I'm playing a nice little game called How Many Spiders Have Made Their Home in My Kayak. So I've seen a couple, but I'm sure I'll have more crawling up my leg a little later. But let's get back to fishing. There we go. Ooh, that's a little perch. All right, first perch of the year. Just gave me the middle fin. Soaked. And if you want to know what I'm using today, I am using a Sage Approach, say number 6, so it's a 6 weight, and it's 9 foot, 4-piece. It's probably a little overkill for the fish that you can catch here. A 4 or 5 weight would be like a lot of fun. A 6 weight is good though if you do hook into a big bass. I've caught some big bass here before, and I've hooked into some, pickerel or big pike that you really do warrant a 6 weight. So I just use a 6 weight, but you know what? There's no rod that can really cover it all. So yeah, 5 weight, 6 weight, pretty good for freshwater fishing like this. You might be wondering why I'm bothering with glasses on an overcast, kind of rainy day, and the reason for that is if I'm fly fishing, I've got this hook that's just like flying by my face. And I used to be a fly fishing guide in Alaska, and I would turn the truck around to go back to get my glasses because I've got these clients that are throwing these hooks right by my face. So I do not want to catch a fish hook to the eye. Don't want it to happen. If you've ever had it happen to you, I'm sure you wear glasses every single time you fish. Wear glasses, guys. There's safety. They're not just for the sun and the polarization. They are for safety. All this splashing, I think, is the native fish chasing those herring. Ooh, there's a fish. All right, okay, it's another crappie. Let me get this one. It's a good size one. All right, that makes up for the one I lost. All right, not too bad. First time out fishing for the year. I just wanted to catch something. I wanted to have the tug, because the tug is the drug. And I caught a bluegill, a perch, and then I lost a black crappie, then I caught a black crappie. So pretty good. Not 3 species of fish. And it's not my main goal. This was a side quest. Let's go to the main mission here. Let's go to the main goal. We're gonna go see if the river herring are here in numbers. Let's go check it out. All right, after kayaking for a little bit, I made it to my destination. This is the dam, and there's a few rapids there, and right below me, occasionally you'll see a splash, but right below me, there are just thousands and thousands of alewives, of river herring, just making themselves known. And they're just basically trying to find a mate, looking to push up the river to wherever they want to spawn, lay some eggs and fertilize them. So I'm gonna get the GoPro in the water to see if I can see what they look like under the water. Let's go find out. They are out in fourth. I feel really bad for these bait fish. These cormorants pretty much fly under the water. Isn't nature so beautiful? Here in New England, we're all about seasons, and this is the season for the alewives, for the river herring. They come in massive numbers. They come up the rivers from the ocean, from down south, and they come in here and they spawn. And this is really like, when this starts happening, this is like the start of summer. Because what are behind these little river herring? The striped bass, the bluefish, other things eat these, you know, like the eagles and the osprey and all the birds, the cormorants, seals, everything eats it. So once they show up, here comes summer, here comes fishing, and here comes wildlife, and I'm all about it. So I love being able to come up here and just seeing this raw nature. This is just a part of the season, and here in New England, we're all about the seasons. The herring run is such a special time of year. It basically ushers in all of the fishing. I mean, all of this bait, these thousands, these millions of bait fish that come up these rivers to spawn to create more bait fish. They are here to be the food source for the striped bass, for the seals, for the cormorants, for the eagles, for the bluefish. Everything eats these things. They are just like the bread and butter for the fishing community. And the predator fish are just waiting for these fish that come up into this fresh water to go down back to the brackish and the salt water, because that's when it becomes a feeding frenzy. That's when the stripers are just waiting, and they just come and they annihilate these fish as they try to get back out to sea. But you know what? It's just predation, and it's normal, and it's why when we use these lures that look like these bait fish, it's why those lures work. It's because they are literally the bread and butter for the fish. This is the type of stuff that makes me happy. This is like the stuff that, like, it's just nature, it's raw. I mean, this has been happening a lot longer than we've been here in New England, right? You know, we're kind of a young country, and these fish that are splashing behind me have been coming up this river for a lot longer than we've been here, and it's just, it's tradition. It's part of the ecosystem. It's why everything works. You know, it's just, this is a riparian habitat. This is a habitat that based on the river, and it's, as you can see, you've got trees here, and they grow, and the roots hold the riverbanks together, and the fish add to the nitrogen to the system, and plants like nitrogen, and they keep growing and holding it together. Sure, there's a dam behind me. That's not very natural, but you know what? We gotta live here too, so humans gotta be around as well. So but we've made do, and so have the fish, and they're still spawning, they're still producing, they're still creating an awesome ecosystem that we get to enjoy. I mean, the fishing here is awesome in the summer, and I hope it continues this way forever. I mean, I hope we make it even stronger than it is. So I hope that that's what the future lies, and these fish that are splashing behind me, these fish are really what it all depends on. So I'm just happy that they're here, and I hope they keep coming back forever. And don't forget to pick up your trash. So I hope that the footage I shot with my underwater GoPro worked. I think it did. There was a bunch of river herring in there trying to push up those falls right behind me. And they're just trying to spawn, you know, they're at the bottom of the food chain. These river herring, these alewives, they're tough little fish. But everything's trying to eat them. The birds, the seals, the people. I mean, they're getting chased. And the only thing they have going for them is they have massive numbers. So many of these fish come up, so many different rivers in this time, spring, beginning of summer, and they spawn, and they just keep the system going, you know? I mean, today I just came, I just filmed them. I didn't try to catch them or anything like that. I kind of left them to their own devices. They've got enough going on. But just came, filmed them, just saw this awesome bit of nature, and that's it. That's all I wanted to do. So anyway, guys, that's it for this one. I hope you like, I hope you subscribe, and just follow along. I mean, this is it. This is where I start to get all sorts of stuff coming up. I'm gonna have some lobster trap, GoPro and the lobster trap videos coming up. I wanna try to find these blue crabs that are showing up. I wanna see if I can catch some of them. And I'm gonna do some little like kayak adventures, you know? I love using my kayak. I love jumping on boats, fishing, outdoors, hiking, drone stuff, all sorts of stuff. So, if you like that stuff as well, like and subscribe, follow along, and I'll catch you on the next one.